Greetings, ladies and gents. I hope you're all good. I hope you had a very happy reset day. I hope the RNG gods have shined upon you in your chest and you've had some good stuff. Hopefully stuff that's not going to get nerfed. But today we have a different question. We're not covering Warcraft 3, we're not covering the RNG corruption, we're not covering any of that. Instead, we're going to ask the question, is Shadowlands the right expansion that has come at the wrong time? That's what we're going to talk about today. Recently, Blizzard can do no right, and the once mighty beloved company, like, to be fair, many others in the gaming industry, has used up all of its goodwill in the fanbase. We've had Immortal Diablo, or Diablo Immortal, words are difficult, don't judge me, and the general shift to mobile gaming to, facilitate that Chinese cash grab. BFA being to many the worst expansion of WoW's history, and that's rich considering we've had WoD. But yep, there it is. We've had the handling of the whole Blitzchung situation, and generally the way Blizzard have interacted with the fans, getting kind of reactive rather than proactive responses. We've had Overwatch pandering with gay characters rather than creating an interesting world where a character being gay actually has some meaning. The old team falling away, taking the very essence, the soul of what was Blizzard with them. And the dark shadow of Activision looming across our once beloved Blizzard. Looking closer at WoW, we have a patch currently that has some good ideas, but poorly executed. We have corruption, a good idea, poorly executed. The list could go on, but we have reused old zones, which is fine. I've said this before, I have no problem with reusing. We have a huge, rich, beautiful world. I have no problem going back to it. Could it have been done in a better way? Yeah, but I'm fine. But if we're going to send us back to these old worlds, please don't make it lag so hard it sucks all and any of the joy out of that experience. I'm looking particularly at you, Violet Eternal Blossoms, which I did today, and it was almost unplayable. And I was playing, literally, it was just after, the servers had gone up. Well, sorry, servers gone up. Basically just after the daily reset, and it was unplayable. And I think there was me and maybe two other people I saw there. We have visions that are having to be nerfed due to being too hard for the average player geared, healers and tanks. All these things add up to just a frustrating experience in a patch that feels like it was no place in BFA. And I've said many times, it's a band-aid to carry the game 7 or 8 months until Shadowlands comes out. And that's a shame because it does away with the old gods now. It's got some really good ideas in there, but are they going to survive? Is this a testing ground for what's to come in BFA? What's to come in Shadowlands. I certainly think the horrific visions are. And there's a lot of good stuff in here, but it is let down by what feels to be a lack of attention to detail. Just seems to be a get it out there. Get it out there. We just need stuff out there until Shadowlands is done. Just give them something, and then we'll get Shadowlands. Shadowlands. The expansion that, if I'm being honest, has the potential to bring the old faithful back to WoW. And, more importantly, certainly from a Blizzard point of view, has the ability to bring new blood in as well. Something WoW has sorely been missing in the last couple of years. Now, everything we've heard about Shadowlands is interesting, and maybe if we can just scrape away a metric ton of that cynicism, a little bit exciting from the leveling. With new zones, new areas where literally if you're a new player, it's going to handhold you, it's going to teach you what's happening in this huge game that potentially they're giving us back. Abilities. We've got to have a worldwide reset maybe. Torghast, Covenants, more alt-friendly, less grindy. It's literally all the buzzwords that you could possibly want to hear. It's like a child trying to get elected their class president, and they're literally saying, you can have 4 days off a week. There's no homework. There's going to be your favourite foods every day when you are in school. And you do think, deep down, is any of this going to be real? Is this actually how it's going to be? Dare we dream? But you just know it can't be this good. Now, all of this is obviously great. And as a WoW player, I've already paid my money like a good little pay pig. They already have it. I'm buying Shadowlands. I am there. But sadly, as I say, like when you're listening to the class president or when you listen to the kid telling you you're going to only be in school 4 days a week and you have your favourite food, it's like this tick in the back of your mind saying, it's not right, it's not right, and it won't go away. And I fear this is the best WoW expansion we could hope for, released potentially at the worst possible time in Blizzard's history. The Warcraft team at the moment cannot release anything without it needing to be constantly worked on afterwards. Now that's not to say that we shouldn't have constant monitoring and fixes as things goes on. No, completely get that. But when you have issues that can be seen a mile off, things that we can see, even as the most casual of gamer, you can look at and go, that sounds like it might be a bit spicy. That might be a bit weird. You've had things people have looked at in the beta and gone, I don't know, or on the PTR, and they've gone, not sure about this. And Blizzard still run with it. That makes you worry. That makes you worry that either there isn't the team there to rectify all these issues, and they're just going, sod it, just plug the biggest holes, we'll firefight the rest of it when the game actually launches. Or, which is probably more terrifying and far worse, is that they literally are just not listening to us, and they're just letting these things slide, or they're not even testing themselves in-house, which is hugely worrying. When things in WoW are talked about by the team, as well, they talk about them as if everything is created long in advance. Things are lined up, storylines, etc. We've had these in the works for ages. It's always in the works for a long time. This isn't just, you think we just literally snap and go, okay, let's just, we're in BFA. Let's just make an expansion about Old Gods. Let's just do it. Just put, well, it's not an expansion, but what do you mean? We've already got Shadowlands lined up. Well, just put it in as a fucking patch. We need people to forget BFA even exists. Okay, we'll do that. And so much more. We've had things added in, like people have moaned about the 6-month sub. Plus mount, you get mount as well. The mount's basically free, isn't that good? But these things always come out at the same time as there's a content dip or there's something going on where people aren't happy, and it's like, well, look at this. And Blizzard have informed us plenty of times, these things are marketing, and they're completely not tied into anything World of Warcraft related. They're a marketing thing, and when they come out, it's just purely coincidental. Purely advanced and nothing to do with hooking players at a time when potentially they might be about to leave. Now I can sit here and beat up WoW all day. It's an easy target, and there are plenty of people in the WoW community that happily make a living off of WoW drama and beating up World of Warcraft and the devs. And you know what? I can't be doing with it. I have just spoken for the last 2 days about Warcraft 3, and it has broken my heart in terms of gaming. Because that's something that is so beloved by me personally, and to see it given the treatment that it has been given is heartbreaking. It truly is. To see, it's like I can only imagine this. You look at Star Wars, Star Trek, you look at Doctor Who fans, and I can understand their pain when they see something they love and it's treated so poorly. But what I'm hoping, and this is the upside, this is the uptick, because there has to be some. I'm hoping more importantly than being a footnote in Blizzard's continued downward spiral, that Warcraft 3 Reforged can be the moment Blizzard take a look and think, what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? It's like waking up after a 4-day bender in a skip, 200 miles from home, soaked in your own urine. It's time you either focus, take a look at yourself, and deliver Shadowlands as an expansion to be proud of, giving the fans what they deserve, getting back some of that love that we used to have for Blizzard, because the alternative is something that I'd rather not talk about. We do stand truly on that precipice of going one way or the other. And I hope Blizzard, and I hope Ian and the whole team for World of Warcraft can turn around and say, a line in the sand. We needed to bring out this 8.3 expansion. I call it an expansion because it is. It feels like a mini expansion to me. They just want to get away from the whole BFA storyline, which is why we have this mini Old Gods expansion in between. It feels like they just want this to come out to give them the maximum amount of time to deliver something truly special. And that's what I honestly hope. That's what I believe in my heart. And will I be proved wrong? Most probably. But I have to believe that. Because seeing something like Warcraft 3 treated the way it was, and the potential for Shadowlands, makes you fear what the alternative is. But that's me done, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end on a positive one. It's going to be a good expansion. World First Race is almost done. I can feel it in my bones. It might be today. If not, it will certainly be tomorrow. But that's me done, ladies and gents. I'm off to watch some more World First. Have a great one. I'll catch you all later.